What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Wijnaldum's 87 road to the final. We're going to look at basically price, we're going to look at the chances of them going through, we're going to have a look at the stats, the in-games, the kind of animations, and really just talk about the centre mid in general. Is he worth it? Are you going to make any coins off him? Or is he just a nice player to have in your club? The question is, would you buy him? Let me know down below. Out of the road to the final team 3, who do you want the most? If you had unlimited coins, who would you buy out of it? Let me know down below, and let's get in the video. So Wijnaldum has been upgraded from an 85 to an 87, and Liverpool in the next round have Leipzig. Do I think they can win? Yeah, 100%. I think Leipzig are not a bad team. They've definitely come a long way. They've managed to get ahead of Manchester United, which, to my annoyance, but we didn't play enough. We didn't play well enough. Liverpool at the minute are dealing with injury after injury after injury. And honestly, they're still top of the league. So credit where credit's due, even if the performances, and after this weekend where they got 7-0, even after some performances that maybe you could think that they got a bit lucky there, fair enough. But the points come where the points are needed. So for me, Liverpool are doing very well, and I don't see them letting off on the Champions League lightly. They're already top of the Premier League. They're probably going to try and continue that, and obviously they'll want to continue the Champions League to potentially get a double. It's definitely not off the cards yet. They can definitely push forward, and if they're still doing well now, when their squad does come back eventually, obviously Virgil, I believe, is out for the whole season, but their other players are only gone for weeks, months. They will be back. So Leipzig, if they can turn them over, which I don't see an upset, there definitely could be. I don't see an upset. We will be looking at an 88 Wijnaldum at the very minimum. Then it all depends on the next draw and the draw after that, and we can kind of keep coming back to who's going to be upgraded, what are we expecting basically. But looking at the card, he's a 4-star. He is 5'9", right-footed, high, and he's got pretty average stats. For an 87, I'm not feeling massively overhyped for him. There's some Liverpool players like a Mane, a Salah, the Virgil, the Gomez, who are just incredible in the game. They translate very, very well, and I think Wijnaldum definitely translates. But I think this card for me, I need him a little bit higher. He's got some really nice dribbling stats, as you can see. The 88 composure is fantastic. We've got good agility balance. But then we get to the pace, needs a little bit more. And yes, you've got chemistry styles for that, but I always like a natural base, high pace. That for me always translates better into the game than whacking a shadow on. And it's just, it may be a mindset. It may not actually be anything that I'm thinking, and it just is better. It just is better. In terms of shooting, again, pretty average. I would class him more as a defensive kind of midfielder than attacking, even though he can attack. And the chemistry style people are looking at is the shadow. You are looking as more of a defensive midfielder who pushes up and passes to the attacker. You're not looking at a midfielder who's going to be like a Bruno, like a De Bruyne, who's already attacking. They maybe hold less defensive ability compared to Wijnaldum. If we do put a shadow on him, gives him 88 pace, which is nice enough, and 89 defending, turning him into an 88 DM. Honestly, with a shadow, the stats look pretty good. Obviously, we'll look at that at the end of the review, but I think, for me, he holds good stats, and I think that is why he already is 580k. Granted, the road to the final part of it, the upgrading kind of live version, will have a massive impact on the fact that he probably will be upgraded. And being a Liverpool player in the Champions League, they're kind of seen to do quite well. So let's jump into some gameplay, see what Wijnaldum can do. So for me, Wijnaldum was a funny one. There was games where he did really well. He was just unstoppable. Passes, tackles, interceptions, running forward, attacking, defending. He could do it all. And then there was games that literally he couldn't lift a spoon. I don't know what it was. He just seemed to be man-marked. He is out the game. He was missing challenges. Maybe passing was the only thing that was really consistent, which really I don't know. I didn't think that would be the thing that really kind of stuck with me. But his passing was absolutely perfect. Every game he could pass. It came down to the defensive ability and the attacking ability that I don't know why it just kind of randomly switched off. But we see in a couple of these things, great passing, lovely assists, a nice little pass across the box, a chip through ball, and honestly, he did absolute wonders for the team. Would I say he's worth the coins? I think for 500k at the moment, I probably would hold off, just because the road to the finals, they're a great concept, but in terms of kind of your quick profit is never going to happen. The Champions League is a long haul, not a sprint. It is completely a marathon, so if you're looking to make coins, go somewhere else. If we are looking at the overall, like I say, with the road to the final sign of it, everyone kind of jumps on it and thinks, oh, he's going to go up, he's going to be 90 rated by the end of it. People forget that it's in like March time. If Corona lets us get that far in the Champions League, if we don't have this some sort of spike that seems to be happening, we could be seeing a 90 Wijnaldum. Fantastic. But we have team of the season right around the corner then. It's kind of in contrary to what the card is like now. I personally look at the value right now and think he's an 87 now. In a couple of weeks' time, he'll be an 88. He'll be an 89. But I'm not looking at the massive values. Or if they win it, he could be like a 92, 93. But then you look at the potential of a team of the season, that could be a 92, 93, and you've saved your coins right now. For me right now, he's not ahead of the curve in terms of his ability. There is plenty and plenty of players that you can get for either under or the same price of just shy of 600,000. But taking no credit away from him, he's a cracking midfielder, good links to Salah, Mane, Virgil, Gomez, practically the Liverpool squad. He's got strong links all over the shop, and they have a very, very nice team. In terms of other players, very similar. We've got a bit of a Pogba. I think for me, he's more of an attacking player and holds more. I'd say the rule breaker probably was the better one to try and go for it because he has more defense, but I think he holds more kind of like height, which kind of enables his defensive ability. Check the video out on Pogba and I explain it a little bit better. We can't go too heavy into the detail, and Valverde seems to be all over the shop in the same sort of role of Wijnaldum. Overall, I've given him an 8.5 because I think the 1.5 that's missing, I think the base needs to come up. His rating should be higher, and obviously that can happen over time, and I'm kind of speaking for what I think the perfect centre mid for Wijnaldum would be like. I think if I was to look at a 10 out of 10, I believe 89 to 90 would be my kind of stop shop for him, just to get these remaining stats up to a point where the chemistry style just takes it above and beyond. We get the 83, 84 defending, we get 81, 82 pace, turning the pace up to like 90 something and the defense up to 90 something. That for me would then be where Wijnaldum hits a massive next level. But obviously that price will then go absolutely through the roof. He is obviously a 30-year-old player who has been in since FIFA 10. Incredible stuff, starting in the Dutch league, then moves over to PSV, again in the Dutch league. We see team of the season, we see him at Liverpool, then transferred or loaned to Newcastle, coming back as a left mid on FIFA. Then we get the Footmas, and I think that was a European team of the group stage or something like that. We get a team of the season in 19, a summer heat in 20. What holds for Wijnaldum? That is going to be the question for FIFA 21. Where can you see Wijnaldum's highest rated card? So far last year we had 94. The year before that, thank you for the subscription, we had a 90 team of the season. Let me know down below what you think of Wijnaldum. I've kind of rattled on enough. We're getting subscribers after subscribers, but thank you very much. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.